We'd like to welcome you in to Lone Peak High School as we get ready to watch this 6A Region 3 rivalry matchup. Gavin Atkinson here with you, and boy do we have a good one for you tonight. This one has big region implications. This is the second time these two teams met. The first time these two teams met, American Fork came on top 77-63. That was January 13th, 3 weeks ago. In that game, we saw Lone Peak struggle from the free throw line, only missing about six, but they struggled to get the free throw line. The Cavemen got to the free throw line 27 times. That's something that we're going to keep our eyes on. Bryce Mella led the Cavemen with 21 points. Jax Clark and Dieter Tuitavauki had 17, and Ashton Hux had 12. When you look at the other side, Lone Peak in that game, Crew Fotheringham had an absolute monster game. 27 points, 5 three-pointers, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Saxon Young, number 2, 16 points, 3 three-pointers, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. We've got a fabulous game for you. As mentioned, this game has big region implications as Lone Peak sits tied for second place. Forgive me, they sit squarely in second place in region, leading the tiebreaker with the Corner Canyon Chargers. American Fork 4-1. What's big about this game for American Fork? They lose this game, they will be tied for first with the Knights. American Fork has to play Corner Canyon next at American Fork, and then Skyridge. They got two of the best teams in the region they're going to face. 6A Region 3 is an absolute bloodbath right now, and it's going to be exciting for all fans involved. As mentioned, in this game, you're really going to want to keep your eyes on Bryce Mella and Jax Clark for American Fork. Bryce Mella, number 4, averaging 17.5 points per game. He can rebound the ball, and he can get you an assist every now and again. And then Jax Clark, number 1. This kid is an absolute monster in the paint, averaging 16.5 points per game. If you don't have the height to slow him down, prepare for Jax Clark to have a big game. You look at the other side, as mentioned, Crew Fotheringham had 27 last time these two teams played. He had 21 versus Corner Canyon last game, and 24 versus Syracuse. Saxon Young had 31 last week as he's coming off a massive game. We got a great game here for you tonight, and I have no idea who's going to win. A fabulous environment as both student sections have showed up and are rowdy. Camden Broadhead and Jax Clark there to tip it off. Tip won by Lone Peak. Saxon Young with the ball, guarded by Jax Euler. We'll get the ball down into the paint. Ball is poked free by Bridger Burnside. And Hux will slow it down. Ashton Hux kicks it out. Jax Clark going to work on Broadhead. And the foul comes. That'll be a matchup you're going to want to circle all night. The two big men right there. Jax Clark has an excellent first step. He can get down into the paint. And we see Broadhead kind of struggling to recover after that initial first step leads to that foul. First points on the board for the Cavemen. First foul called on the Knights. 2 for 2 from the line goes Jax Clark. Young will take it up the floor. Saxon Young working on Hux, drives straight through him. Left-handed layup, short, rebound. He gets his own miss and puts it back up, Saxon Young. Bryce Mella, first look we've seen at him. He'll take the ball, screen drive to his right. Gives it back to Jax Clark. Same thing we saw a moment ago. And Jax Clark goes straight to the paint with a nice little pump fake to get the room. Saxon Young, guarded by Bridger Burnside. He takes the ball screen. 3 up for Saxon Young. And Saxon Young drains the 3. Bryce Mella. He'll give it back to Jax Clark. This American Fork offense runs through these 2 players. Mella gets that one to drain. A little mid-range jump shot. Had to roll around in the rim a little bit, but the result is the same. 6:14 to go in the first quarter. 5-6, Cavemen. Saxon Young takes the ball screen from Broadhead. He's got Jax Clark now matched up on him. 15 on the shot clock. Not a lot of movement from Lone Peak right now as they try and get this play call designed. Fotheringham was coming up to the three-point line. Not a lot there as Lone Peak couldn't get that play going. Jax Clark's got the mismatch. He picks up his dribble, but that ball will be poked away by Saxon Young. First steal of the night for that young man. Then the recovery. Jax Clark takes it to the other end for the 2 points. We got to show some love right there to Ashton Hucks as he got on his horse and got the steal. 5-8 is your score. American Fork. Saxon Young picks up his dribble. He'll take the screen from Fotheringham. Fotheringham guarded by Hucks. They're trying to get it into the paint to Broadhead. Ball poked away. Nice defense from the Cavemen. 3-on-3 transition as Bridger Burnside will give it up. Jax Clark. Now Hucks. Hucks for 3. Leaves it short. Rebound. Almost poked away by Bridger Burnside. Saxon Young will come up with it. Young. Transition 3. Leaves it short. Rebound. Cavemen. 4:35 to go in the first. Bryce Mella will slow it down. Head coach Ryan Cuff, 8 years with American Fork, 123 wins, 78 losses. As he's been a fabulous coach for the Cavemen. Pull-up mid-range jump shot in and out for Jax Euler. Crew Fotheringham, first shot of the night, leaves that one short from beyond the arc. Still no substitutions through the first 4 minutes of this game, as we've got subs sitting down, but not a lot of turnovers and not a lot of chances for these subs to come in, as we'll see a nice layup there by Jax Euler as he laid it up right off the top of the glass. That'll lead us to our first time out as Lone Peak wants to talk about some things. We'll be back after this quick break. Back into Lone Peak High School. Lone Peak finds themselves down 5 as this matchup is turning out to be what we all expected early on. Lone Peak led by head coach Izzy Engel. One of the things to watch in this game is going to be the difference of coaching experience between these two programs. Coach Ryan Cuff for American Fork has 8 years, whereas this is the first year for Izzy Engel. 13-8 through this first year as both of these teams come into this game with 13 wins. Lone Peak just has that extra loss as that ball will sail out of bounds. American Fork will take possession. Jaden Hughes into the game for Lone Peak, as well as Skylar Androli. Shot no good for Bryce Mella, and there will be a flop warning called on Bryce Mella. 3:34 to go in this first quarter. Cole Catan gives it up to Hughes. Hughes guarded by Euler. He's got a mismatch there. Far side corner 3. He had a shot, but he took a bit too long. Fotheringham's got the mismatch here if he wants it. American Fork will switch out of it. Trying to get the ball into the paint. Ball poked away by Jax Clark as they were looking for Camden Broadhead. Jax Euler working on Cole Katzon. Driving in is Hucks. Hucks gives it up. 20 on the shot clock. Jax Clark driving. Lays it up as he continues to have a monster game. Katzon with the ball guarded by Clark. As they've got a mismatch down in the paint, at least as of the moment, they'll take advantage of it. As Camden Broadhead unable to make the gimme shot, Bryce Mello will take it up the floor. Gets it past Hughes and up off the right hand as American Fork takes a 7-point lead. Forgive me, a 9-point lead. 2:05 to go in the first. Catton gives it up. Fotheringham has been quiet. Saxon Young is not on the floor right now for Lone Peak. Cross-court pass picked off by Bryce Mella. Bryce Mella takes it up the floor, loses it. Nice job stepping up Jaden Hughes to slow down that transition offense. Jax Clark going to work. Fade away, leaves it short. Rebound. Skylar Androli gives it up to Katzon. Forgive me, Caton. Fotheringham. 1:22 to go in the first quarter. Working on Mella, 4 against 4. Nice pump fake, step up. Mid-range jump shot, no good. A little too strong off the back of the rim. The Cavemen will slow it down as Euler takes it up the floor. Clark with the ball. He'll have to kick it out as we see Lone Peak enter this 2-3 zone. Shot no good for Mella. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Fotheringham takes it up the floor, guarded by Mella. Jaden Hughes. Fotheringham pulls up. Oh, too strong as he airballs that one. And the visiting students let him know. 30 seconds to go in the first. Euler with the ball, gives it up. Bridger Burnside gets it to Mella. 18 on the shot clock. Down to 10 on shot clock, as shot clock and game clock are almost distinguishable. Far side corner, 3 up for Ashton Hucks. And that one will bounce off of the shot clock. We'll see what the officials call that. That should, I believe, be out of bounds, and there should be some possession time left in the first quarter. Looks like the officials will let it go. That'll do it for our first quarter of action. 14-5. We'll be back after this. Giving you back to Lone Peak High School. At the start of the second quarter, the Knights find themselves down 9, all 5 points coming from Saxon Young. Crew Fotheringham struggling early, as well as Camden Broadhead struggling with his matchup against Jax Clark. We'd like to take this second to thank one of our sponsors, Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. This American Fork team has been running really well on the effort plays. Lone Peak has slowed them down at times on offense, and they've had their shots. They just got to figure out the offensive side of it for Lone Peak. Saxon Young back into the game. As soon as he checked out, all offense for Lone Peak stopped. Ashton Hucks will take the ball up. Set to check in for American Fork is Dieter Tuitavauki. Mella gives it up to Clark. Clark going to work. You'll see this all night. And a little float shot, push shot as he gets that one to fall. takes the lead to 11. Saxon Young trying to stop the scoring run for American Fork. Saxon Young calling the play. And by the sounds of it, you'd think this is American Fork home game. These schools not separated by much distance. They do not like each other, and the student section made the trip out here. 7 on the shot clock. And that shot may have been forced, or rushed a little bit as the opposing student section gave him an incorrect shot clock. Tui Tavuki will check in for the Cavemen. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Knights still scoreless in the past, I believe, 4 minutes. Make it 5. Ashton Hucks takes the ball screen. Bryce Mella drives into the paint. Saxon Young to Fotheringham. Fotheringham still scoreless in this one. And just like that, with a nice little left-hand hook shot, he'll get on the board. Jax Clark driving to his right. Almost loses his footing, able to keep his pivot foot down to avoid the travel. Back to Clark up top. Euler. And then the Hucks. Hucks will step out of bounds. Looks like he wasn't expecting that, as we'll see Bridger Burnside check back in for Jax Clark. So this is your chance if you're Lone Peak to take advantage of your height, as Bryce Mella has been checked onto Camden Broadhead. This is the shortest you'll see this Caveman defense. Broadhead gets it down to Fotheringham, and Fotheringham immediately takes advantage of the fact Jax Clark is on the bench and gets that layup up and in. Well, almost a travel for the Cavemen. Bridger Burnside gives it up to Mella. Mella versus Fotheringham. Cross-court pass. Nice pump fake. Leads to an open three. Drained it. Bridger Burnside drains the three as he points at the defender. Forgive me, your score is 21-9. Shot up, no good. Bryce Mello with the ball. They'll slow things down. 4:50 to go in this first half. It's been a fast half. Both of these teams playing well. Clean, I should say. Not many whistles. Ashton Hucks gets it to Euler. Euler with a nice step, trying to get past Fotheringham. Deep three for Mella. And that one will be out of bounds as it hit the top of the basket. Sam Rudder and Jax Clark will check into the game for the Cavemen. Saxon Young with the ball. Takes the ball screen. Has Clark switched on to him. Trying to get it down into the paint. Jax Clark will get back. Brimhall driving. And looks like there will be the offensive foul on Logan Brimhall, as we saw Ashton Hucks grab his face as he fell away from Logan Brimhall. Maybe an elbow gone awry. 4:10 to go in the first half. Sam Rudder with the ball. Number 2 on number 2. Nice screen. Clark gives it up. Burnside. Burnside driving, gives it up. Nice ball movement from the Cavemen. Ultimately goes to Jax Clark. Jax Clark will be called for the travel. He's known for his fancy footwork. He doesn't do that very often, but he'll get called for it there. Saxon Young trying to get some offense going for Lone Peak as they find themselves down 12. Logan Brimhall, pump fake, picks up his dribble, gives it up to Fotheringham. Fotheringham bodies Tui Tavuki. Tui Tavuki will be called for the foul, and Fotheringham will go to the line to shoot one for the and one opportunity. Checking in for American Fork is Bryce Mella and Jax Euler. Checking out is Sam Rudder and Ashton Hucks. 3:31 to go in the half. It's been a very quick half, not a lot of fouls. Fotheringham shoots straight into the opposing student section and drains it. Skylar Andrioli in for Cole Catan, forgive me. Bryce Mella takes it up the floor. Drives to his left. He had a little bit of room, elects to pull it out. Far side three, Dieter Tui Tavuki. Takes the lead back to 12 as they get those 3 points back the easy way. This offense has been run through Saxon Young for Lone Peak all night. Brimhall gives it up. Fotheringham looking for a three, and he drains it as he starts getting his shot tuned up. Had an air ball earlier in the game, but he's getting his offense going. Sam Rudder back into the game as he plays catch. Leads to an open three. No good for Jax Euler. Ball will sail out of bounds as Lone Peak, both two players were going for that rebound. Didn't know they were on the same team. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half. As it has been a very, very quick half. Not a lot of stoppage. Jax Clark gets it. They'll bring it back out. Tavuki looking for another three, and he'll get it. Dieter Tui Tavuki takes the lead back up to 12. Skylar Androli drives to the paint, unable to finish through the contact, but will go to the line to shoot two. Foul will be called on Sam Rudder, his first personal of the game. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go in this first half. We'd like to take this chance to thank some of our sponsors here at KSL Sports Rewind. Lone Peak Basketball on KSL Sports Rewind is brought to you with the support from Cranston Handyman, Cutie Lash Studio, Enzy, Happier Wealth, Houston Hot Chicken, Revere Health Imaging, and Ellie Sleesk from State Farm Insurance. We thank you for your sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind, making this all possible. Androli goes 2 for 2 from the line, cutting the lead to 10. Euler with the ball. Lone Peak passing around the perimeter. Mella and Fotheringham. Jax Clark open in the three. Too strong. Rebound, Brimhall. Brimhall will take it up the floor. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Fotheringham, guarded by Mella, will go to his left side, hand it off. Young thought about it. Saxon Young, right hand. He wanted the foul, won't get it as both players hit the floor hard. Tui Tavuki on the fast break. Ball almost stolen by Saxon Young as he tries to get back on defense. Jax Clark down in the paint. Tries to split the double team. That one blocked. American Fork, wow! As Jax Euler gets the rebound, and that ball just hung on the rim before it rolled and finally went down. American Fork wanted to travel, and they'll get it. Lone Peak's crowd is kind of stunned. I'm not sure I agree with that one personally. It seemed like he was moving. Yeah. 1:05 to go in the half. Jax Clark. American Fork's offense has been slowing down at times. There will be a travel there as Sam Rudder lost his footing. It looks like he slipped. Just under a minute to go in the half. Checking back in is Bridger Burnside for Sam Rudder. Logan Brimhall will go to the far side of the court to take this up for the Knights. 17-29 is your score as I get you updated there. Fotheringham pulls up for three. Too strong. Rebound will go to the Knights. Step back. Androli hesitates, but he drains it anyway. What a shot from Skylar Androli. 9-point game. Shot clock is off. This should be the last possession of the half. Bridger Burnside gives it up to Tui Tavuki. And the ball will end up with Bryce Mella with 12 seconds to go in the half. Jax Clark has the mismatch in the paint. They won't get it to him. Mella gets it to the corner. Ball will be dribbled out of bounds. And what a missed opportunity for American Fork, because they had Jax Clark jumping in the air for the ball as he had the shorter Sam Rudder on him. Saxon Young. Saxon Young will heave up a prayer, and that one will fall about 5 feet short. That'll do it for our first half of action here at Lone Peak High School. We've got a great second half for you on the other side of this intermission. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We'd like to welcome you back into Lone Peak High School as we got the second half of action right around the corner. We've got a great game for you. 20-29 as the visiting Cavemen have been able to hold on to this 9-point lead. Lone Peak has started figuring out their offense. I'm interested to see what head coach Izzy Engel, what adjustments he has made for this Lone Peak offense. On the other side, American Fork trying to hold on and really help their chances at winning region. Head coach Ryan Cuff, 8 years of coaching experience here at American Fork. We'll see what type of adjustments have been made. Lone Peak's offense struggled mightily at times when Saxon Young was not on the floor. Eventually, Crew Fotheringham started getting his hand in the pot and getting the offense going. Jax Clark has played very well for American Fork in that first half. Cross-court pass, 3 up, Skylar Androli. That one comes off the back iron. We're going to have a foul called on the rebound. Will be called on Jax Clark. That looked like a 50-50 ball to me. If there was going to be a whistle called, I thought it would be a jump ball. But the ball will stick with the Knights here as Saxon Young inbounds it. Saxon Young had a corner three opportunity, gives it back to Fotheringham. Fotheringham in and out. Rebound falls to Bridger Burnside. Bryce Mella takes it up the floor before handing it off. Bryce Mella had a few points in the first quarter. He hasn't taken over the game yet, as we have a nice block from behind right there from Saxon Young. And Saxon Young, he's having himself a really nice night, both on offense and defense, as he has a steal and a block now. Ashton Hucks gives it up. Jax Clark driving. Jax Clark will be called for the travel. His second travel violation of the night. And Lone Peak has another opportunity to cut into this lead. A little bit of a full court press right here. Not a ton of pressure, just letting you know they're there as Saxon Young takes it up the floor. He'll set up this play coming to the near side of your screen. Not a lot of movement from Lone Peak as he'll take this ball up to the far side. A lot of dribbles as they'll give it up to Logan Brimhall with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Skylar Androli backs it out. He's got 5 seconds to shoot this thing. It's a little bit of a game of hot potato, and Androli takes a shot, and he drains it. You know, if it works, It works, but it definitely didn't look like the possession Lone Peak wanted, and they got away with it there. Bridger Burnside hands it off. Bryce Mella right on the free throw line. Gives it up. Ashton Hucks, mid-range pull-up, and that one smooth as silk from mid-range. Androli gets that ball swatted away by Jax Clark. Fans wanted to travel before the swat, but Jax Clark made him pay. Saxon Young, 2 inbound, 5:53 to go in the third quarter. He'll get it in to Camden Broadhead. Camden Broadhead drops that one in with a nice little push shot. And the lead is cut down to 6. Jax Clark driving. Nice dump off. Wow. Bridger Burnside gets that one to fall. It looked like he was caught in between a pump fake and a shot. Ultimately went up and was able to get the roll. Fotheringham will hand it off to Saxon Young. Young drives to his left. Layup up, no good, as it missed strong. Rebound, Clark. 5:05 to go in the third. Driving. Big steps from Clark. Rebound. Lone Peak, Young. Hands it off. Fotheringham's got the mismatch. Going to work on Euler. Jax Clark there to help. Fadeaway. Leaves it short. Rebound, Logan Brimhall. Brimhall had it poked away. Ball will stick with the Knights. Checking in for American Fork, Dieter Tui Tavuki in for Jax Clark. This is really where we see Lone Peak have a chance to take advantage of the paint. Expect the ball going to Fotheringham or Broadhead. Right there, we see it go to Broadhead. A nice pass in the air to get it to Logan Brimhall, and the layup. Great play design coming out of the baseline. Floater shot misses everything. Androli had to save it before going out of bounds. Fotheringham pull up 3, leaves it short. Rebound, Bridger Burnside. 4:13 to go in the third. Only one foul in the half thus far. It is on the Cavemen, but this game has been very clean. Not a lot of whistles blown. Bryce Mella does a few dribbles, jumps around in the paint, goes around the world, and gets that layup up and in. Fotheringham. Cross-court pass, Androli. He's had a nice quarter. They're going to get Bryce Mella on a reach-in, I believe. And Mella does not like it. So they will call it on the shot attempt, and Skylar Androli will go to the line to shoot 2. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. 27-35. Sam Rutter and Jax Clark checking back in for Bridger Burnside and Ashton Hucks.
Bridger Burnside and Jax Clark.
You really won't see Jax Clark on the bench very often for this American Fork team, as it really opens up that paint for Lone Peak. As soon as Jax Clark is in the paint, it's like a no-fly zone. He's always there to contest that shot and change it. 3:17 to go in the quarter. Mella drives his right side, gives it up, pump fake. Sam Rutter has the ball tipped as Saxon Young knew where they were going with it. Sam Rutter almost loses it. Back to Mella. They want to get it into Jax Clark as they've got the mismatch. Little push shot up and in. as Androli was there on the mismatch. Crew Fotheringham will take it up the floor as he's still trying to find a chance to take over this game. We'll have an illegal screen called on Saxon Young, and Saxon Young cannot believe it. Checking in for American Fork is number 22, Lincoln Beck. Or forgive me, number 22, Tyler Zabriskie. Sam Rudder takes it up the floor as Zabriskie gets his first minutes of the game. Bryce Mella, pull up, leaves it short. Jax Clark almost threw that back with a monster slam. Androli comes back with it. 2-on-2 fast break. Trying to go coast to coast. Leaves it short. Rebound falls to Brimhall. Brimhall blocked by Clark. And the late whistle from the backside official. And the visiting American Fork fans cannot believe it. Two shots for Logan Brimhall. First shot does not fall. We'd like to take this chance to remind you about Wadup's Insurance. We all love spending time supporting our high school teams. Wadup's Insurance Agency is a team that will support and protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. Lone Peak unable to hit those free throws, but able to get a turnover to get those points back anyway. 7-point game, 2:04 to go in the third quarter. Sam Rudder gives it up to Clark. Clark guarded by Fotheringham, and Clark wants it. Mella goes to work. Free throw line jumper, short. Rebound falls to the Knights, and Saxon Young will take it up the floor. Goes to his right side. Keeps control of the dribble. And they will call a hook on Young, I believe. Offensive foul. Checking in is Cole Caton. 31-37. As I get your score corrected, somehow 2 points got added to Lone Peak's score. 6-point game at the moment. Hucks with the ball, or forgive me, Euler pulls up for three. Too strong. Mella gets the rebound. Now Ashton Hucks. Floater. Bounces around, does not fall. Sam Rudder, or forgive me, Saxon Young will take it up the floor. 1:08 to go, and this environment is electric as American Fork is letting them know they made the trip. 15 on the shot clock. We saw this play before for Lone Peak. Fotheringham gets an open look, and it bounces hard off of the back iron. That's a good look. Bryce Mello will slow it down. Separation of shot clock and game clock is about 10 seconds. Lone Peak sitting in this zone. A high floater, no good. Jax Clark comes down with the rebound and cleans up the miss. Jax Clark is an absolute monster in the paint. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Young will get the play going with 5 seconds. It looks like it'll be a pull-up three. And that one too strong. At the end of the third quarter, your score is 31-39. Lone Peak has 8 minutes to try and take the lead back. It's going to be tough with this American Fork defense. We'll be back after this. 8 minutes to go in this quarter, in this game. as these two teams fighting for regional position, both teams right in the mix for 6A Region 3, as Lone Peak currently has the tiebreaker over Corner Canyon. Both of Corner Canyon's losses coming against the Knights, but American Fork looking to sweep Lone Peak in this season's matchup, as they won 77-263 last time these two teams met. Looks like we'll have a lower scoring affair here tonight, as Lone Peak trying to start that Sisyphus climb and push that rock over the mountain. Jax Clark hands it off. A lot of ball movement from the Cavemen. That's one of the staples of their offense. Bryce Mella gets into the paint, kicks it out. 13 on the shot clock as Jax Oil will back it out. Bryce Mella driving in. Help comes from the far side from Camden Broadhead, but there will be the foul called, I believe, on Androli. They will give it to Cole Caton, his first personal of the night. And Bryce Mella will go to shoot two, trying to take this lead back up to 10. Sinks the first.
Nicholas Bramwell checks in for the Cavemen. He replaces Ashton Hucks.
Ashton Hucks will take a seat. Into the game is Nicholas Bromwell for the Cavemen, as Bryce Mella goes 2 for 2 from the line. Fotheringham hands the ball off. Saxon Young. Both Fotheringham and Young have been a little quiet in this defensive matchup. Young drives to his right, passes out of it. Broadhead with the ball, working on Clark. Shot no good, wanted a foul, ball is loose. Rebound Knights. Miscommunication as that ball will sail out of bounds. A for effort there for Skylar Androli as he tried to throw that one back. Tyler Zabriskie coming back into the game for Nicholas Bramwell. Bryce Mella hands it off to Clark. Mella gets it back. And these officials have been really strict on the offensive movement there. American Fork is not going to like it. They think the defender was moving, but I believe he did lower his shoulder, and with the way they have called it tonight, they have been very strict on those offensive fouls. Broadhead gets it in the paint. Working on Mella. Wow. Camden Broadhead drops it in. I'm a little shocked that wasn't called, but considering what just happened the play before, I believe the officials were looking for a flop, and maybe Mella went down a little too easily. Shot up and good as Tyler Zabriskie gets his first points of the night, keeping the lead at 10. .546 to go in the fourth. Fotheringham fade away. Nice shot, smooth as silk. As Fotheringham is out here looking like Dirk Nowitzki with that fadeaway. Tui Chavuki gives it to Clark. Clark overshoots his target. Rebound. Young. Young feeds it up. Androli gets into the paint. 37-43, back to the 6-point game. This is the closest the Knights have had it for a while. They got it down to 6 before American Fork went on a run of their own. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. 2-possession ball game. Zabriskie. Ball is loose. Saxon Young almost gets the steal. Tui Tavuki, near side corner, drains it to increase the lead back to 9. Tui Tavuki has been on fire from the three-point line all night. We'd like to take this chance to remind you about some of our sponsors here at KSL Sports Rewind as we enter the final few minutes of this high school basketball game. We'd like to thank Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account, with 2.75 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cashback on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Waduop's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waduop's Insurance Agency is the insurance pro you can count on. Call us or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. We'd like to thank them for their generous sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind, making it all possible for us to bring this to you fans there at home. 9-point ball game after the monster three-point shot from Tui Tavuki. Lone Peak trying to climb back into this game. Every time they've crawled it back to 6 points, there's been a big answer from American Fork. Nicholas Bromwell and Bridger Burnside check in for the Cavemen. Androli. Now Fotheringham looking for a three, as he just hasn't been able to hit many of those tonight. Ball is poked away. They're going to call a foul on Fotheringham. That will be his first personal of the night, as he tried to, that'll end up being a good foul, as American Fork found themselves in a nice situation for some easy points. 4:25 to go in the fourth. Jax Clark has once again played great, as he is a monster on both ends of the floor. And you could see it as soon as he checks off of the floor, Lone Peak's offense goes to get the ball in the paint. Jax Clark driving. Fotheringham tried to draw the charge, but the three, as Ashton Hucks has the ball kicked out to him. A big three for Hucks. Threes won't fall on the other side. Fotheringham, as Lone Peak struggling to answer. Saxon Young finally gets that one to fall, as the lead cut back down to 9, 3:46 to go. You got to applaud the effort on the offensive boards from Lone Peak. 3-possession game, 3:46 to go in the fourth. We'll take a break and be back after this. High school. Your box score sits right now, Jax Clark with 14 points. For the American Fork Cavemen, Bryce Mella has 10. And Dieter Tui Tavuki has hit 3 big threes, as he has 9. On the other side, Fotheringham has 12. And Saxon Young has 8. Androli also has 12 for the Knights. 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Lone Peaks needs to stop. Clark looking for his 16th point. He'll hand it off. Bryce Mella, shot no good. Rebound, Lone Peak. Brimhall getting up there. .310. Fotheringham to Broadhead, looking for the paint. Androli gets the shot up and in, as it looked like American Fork wanted the elbow call It's been very interesting. The officials have really stiffened up with the whistle late in this game. As that shot no good, Mella gets his own miss. But Ashton Hucks wanted the elbow across the face. 2:38 to go. Lone Peak down 7. Ball's loose. Picked up by Hucks. Bryce Mella, 5 on the shot clock, spins. Ball is loose, and he will not get the shot off in time. Shot clock violation. What a big stop for this Lone Peak team. Nicholas Bramwell will check back into the game. Ashton Hucks will take a quick rest. Young will take it up the floor. 2:20 to go. 7-point game. Young pushing the pace. Drives it up. Gets the foul call as he flies into the parents on the first row. He'll shoot 2. Jax Clark will be called for the foul. His 3rd personal of the game. Young looking for his 9th and 10th point of the game, trying to cut it down to 5. Gets that one to fall. Checking back in is Ashton Hucks and Jax Euler for Bridger Burnside and Nicholas Bromwell. One more free throw. Doesn't get the second to fall. Rebound Mella. Once again, a 6-point game. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. As Lone Peak is just trying to find a way to get it past this 6-point hill. Clark gets it down to Mella on the back cut. 3, drained! And once again, Dieter Tuitavuki, as he has ice in his veins. That is the 4th time he has done that tonight. All 12 of his points have come almost in that exact situation where the Knights are down 6. And then Dieter Tuitavuki pushes it back to a 9-point lead. Timeout will be called. We'll keep it here as we enter the final 2 minutes of this game. And Lone Peak needs to stack some stops here. As we look ahead to both of these teams' last 2 games, American Fork will host Corner Canyon. American Fork lost to Corner Canyon. That is Corner Canyon's lone win this year in region 65-49 back on January 16th. That rematch will happen at American Fork, and then American Fork will close the season at Skyridge. AF beat Skyridge by 8 last time they played. Young takes the ball screen and Droley to Fotheringham. Mella guarding Fotheringham. Help comes. Passing around. 3, Saxon Young. Strong. Too strong. And the foul will be called on Androli. Bridger Burnside with a nice box out. Androli wanted the call that Bridger Burnside backed under his legs, hence the reason he fell, and he fell hard. 1:33 to go. And we're looking at 3 possessions, a little less than 3 possessions, as Lone Peak needs to get a steal or a stop, or they'll start playing the foul game. Mella with the ball. 1:26 to go in the game. The trap comes. They get it over. Cavemen will elect to take time off the clock. And Saxon Young will foul Jax Clark. 14 fouled. The Knights need one more foul to send it to free throws. And you can imagine the Cavemen will be getting their best foul shooter up to the line. We'll see if they can inbound it. They'll get it into Ashton Hucks. The foul doesn't come immediately, and then they'll get Bryce Mella to the line. So now you're hoping for some misses. If you are Lone Peak, as we hit the final few seconds of this game, 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter. 9-point game. He's able to hit that first shot. I apologize as the scoreboard is now adjusted for you. That 3 points added from Tui Tavuki's 3 right before the timeout. Second one does not fall. 10-point game with 1:05 to go. Fotheringham needs points, needs them quick. He gets 2. Timeout will be called. We'll take a timeout as well and be back after this.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
We'd like to welcome you back to the final moments of this game. 1:01 left on the clock in this fourth quarter. Lone Peak finds themselves down 8. Fotheringham just got a layup to cut it to 8. They've got it down to 6 multiple times, but then they ran into a man named Dieter Tui Tavuki as he hit multiple dagger threes, back-breaking threes that have just taken the momentum back away from the Knights. American Fork will have to call a timeout, as they'll have 2 left after this, as they couldn't get the ball inbounded. As we've got a 3-possession game, it'll be a 30-second timeout. When we look at Lone Peak's remaining schedule, they will travel to Skyridge this Friday, where it'll be a rematch of their earlier season matchup, where Lone Peak won at home 71-65. Then they will host Lehigh. Lehigh won by 30 points when Lone Peak traveled to Lehigh. Every game counts at the end of the season, and this region is tight. Not decided. Corner Canyon in the mix, Lone Peak in the mix, and American Fork looking to take a commanding 5-1 lead over the region. Mella to inbound, gets it immediately to Jax Clark, and then they'll say the ball was poked away off Mella, and from a neutral perspective, it looked like Mella put his hands on his head just in complete disgust with himself. But that ball will go out of bounds off Lone Peak in the officials' eyes. It looked like he may have dribbled that one out. Not the way the officials saw it. Will lead to some free throws on this side, as Ashton Hucks will be sent to the line. Misses the first one. Nicholas Bramwell checks into the game. Jax Euler will take a seat, trying to get some height on this defensive end. 56.4 to go in the fourth. 1 free throw to go. Ashton Hucks at the line, trying to push it back to 9. He drains it, so it's back to a 9-point lead. And Bridger Burnside will check in for Ashton Hucks.
Knights to inbound.
Saxon Young bounced it off Bryce Mella.
It's Knights basketball.
The ball will be kicked. It looked like it got kicked off Mella's leg straight into Saxon Young's face. American Fork fans thought it would be off of Saxon Young, but the kickball is called. 52.6 seconds. They need points and they need it quick. That ball will be hit by American Fork on the inbound. They'll get it in quickly to Camden Broadhead. And that will most likely do it as the turnover, as they try to get the ball into, I believe, Androli into the paint. 46.5. You hope for misses here after the foul. Nicholas Bramwell will shoot 2. This is the first, 46.5 seconds. Bramwell usually comes in situationally for the Cavemen, so he's a little cold as far as shooting. He misses both. Rebound. Lone Peak's pushing the pace. They need some points. 3 up and good. Cuts it to a 6-point game, 39.7 seconds. What a shot from Logan Bramwell. Or forgive me, Brimhall. As he calls his own name, it looks like he had Saxon Young in the corner. He decides to call his own number. That was only his second made shot of the game, but what a clutch shot it was. As we've got a 6-point game, 48-54. Now, as you look at who can stop the clock, Lone Peak has 1 timeout, and the Cavemen have 2. Ideally, you want to get a trap. Jump ball is in favor of the Knights, so you can try and get a jump ball. But one thing to keep in mind is because of those 2 timeouts for the Cavemen, if they find themselves in a precarious situation, they can call that timeout whenever they want and reset that inbound. They can do that 2 times. So Lone Peak you're still praying for some missed shots.
There are a few crumble cookies left. Pick them up now on your way out.
Inbounding the ball will be Jax Euler.
Caveman will inbound.
Lone Peak will adjust to have eyes on everyone on the floor. They'll go full court as they didn't have anybody protecting the back half, as Broadhead was there to try and block it. They've got to move fast. Saxon Young gets it in the corner. Cross-court pass may have been tipped out of bounds. Back to an 8-point game, Knights basketball. 28.8 seconds.
Officials correction. Caveman ball.
Forgive me, they will call an offensive foul.
Officials discussion.
But there is an official discussion there on the call. It all happened really quick. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to call this offensive foul on. So they're going to call the foul on Rudder. Or forgive me, Saxon Young, not Sam Rudder. Saxon Young will be called for the foul.
Foul number 2.
As I believe maybe he was trying to clear a path to pass that ball. Regardless, American Fork in control of this game, as there will be another foul called on that jump ball. Looks like there was a hold as Fotheringham will pick up his 5th personal foul of the game, and he'll have to check out as he fouls out.
Jackson Clark at the line for the Cavemen. Shoots 2. Nicholas Bradwell and Richard Burnside.
Checking in is Cole Caton for Fotheringham. Izzy Engel is pleading his case to the official, trying to figure out what those last few calls were. Clark misses the first, 28.6 seconds. Makes the second, back to a 9-point game. And that's been the theme of this basketball game, is Lone Peak cutting it down to 6. And Dieter Tui Tavuki bringing it back up to 9 points, and Lone Peak unable to get it past that 6-point hill. Tavuki intercepts that pass and will go to the line to shoot 2 to put the final nails in the coffin in this one. American Fork will take sole possession, or extend their lead of 6A Region 3. They'll improve to 5-1 as Chewy Tavuki misses the first, as we'll see some mass substitutions for the Cavemen. And what a game this has been. Jax Clark will finish this game with 15 points on the night, as he was really the X factor, but I gotta really show some love to Dieter Tui Tavuki, as he had ice in his veins. He'll finish with 13 points, 4 3-point makes, all 4 of them would go on to stop the momentum for Lone Peak. American Fork will get possession. The trap will come, and they'll dribble this one out. 45-59 will be your final score here at Lone Peak High School. The visiting Cavemen will take care of business as the students meet in the middle, as these two schools do not like each other. What a great game here tonight. Dieter Tui Tavuki with 13, 4 really big shots. Crew Fotheringham had a good game. Saxon Young had a good game, as well as Skylar Androli. That'll do it here for us here at Lone Peak High School. We wish you all a good night. This is Gavin Atkinson signing off. We'd like to thank Doug for running our camera. Have a good night.